Hi, Nick. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to be here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited. Thank you.
The first time I saw you was on Instagram. I saw a video. No, I saw a post on this page that I love. It's called Surfistas Negras. Have you heard? It's from Brazil. And then I saw a video of yours on Media Ninja. I don't know if you...
Oh yeah, they posted a video of mine, and at first I have never heard of this. I thought maybe it was an actor or a famous person in Brazil. I didn't know what it was. But I asked my Brazilian followers, and they say it's like a very big Instagram in Brazil that talks about issues and people, and so I'm very honored.
Yes,
it's so cool that they used it.
Kind of journalism they make here. And I saw this video, and my friend sent to me, and she told me, Marcela, you have to interview this girl. She's absolutely amazing. And I told her, okay, I'm gonna improve my English first so I can be more confident to talk to her. And even though I don't think my English is perfect now, I thought, come on, I have to do my things. I wouldn't let my fear stopping me of doing something that I love, that is interviewing people, and especially women with the great and inspiring history like yours.
Oh, thank you. I think your English is perfect. I mean, to know another language is so good. I wish I could speak Portuguese. I only know like 2 or 3 words. So to me, you speak perfect, and I understand.
Thank you.
And
I can teach you some words or expressions in the end of the interview. But before I start with the questions, I would like to. Oh my God! Sometimes I'm gonna frozen, but you have to be patient.
No problem.
Patient.
Patient.
I would like to know you better, and people who doesn't know you yet, can you tell us more about you?
Yeah, so my full name is Dominique Miller. You can call me Nique or Nika for short. I'm half Black, half Mexican. I'm a professional surfer. I compete on the world tour for stand-up paddle surfing and longboard surfing. And I live in Hawaii. I grew up on the mainland, the U.S. In Texas and Michigan, but I live in Hawaii now on Oahu. And I surf every day, and my dream is to be a world champion. I want to help other people who look like me feel more empowered and feel confident to surf, because in surfing, there's not a big representation of dark-skinned people.
Yes.
So I want to try and inspire more people and show them that you can not only be a surfer, but you can compete on the world tour and compete at a high level. So that's my goal. And like I said, my dream is to be a world champion. I train really hard for that. And and I just surf every day and just live in Hawaii, living
Amazing.
a beautiful life.
Once I posted a picture of yours, and I wrote down here, I wrote as Brazilian Black Awareness Day. And I wouldn't know how it is to feel this in my skin, but I would like to know if you had to deal of racism situation into the water or not, but in the surf world.
Yeah, so lucky, here in Hawaii, it's very diverse. There's many cultures that live here, and the native people here from Hawaii, the Hawaiians, are Polynesian, so they're more dark skin. And then with all the people living here, there's many Asian and white, and everyone's a lot more mixed culture. So here is more accepting. So in the water, everyone treats me fair and really, really, really good. It's more if you're a good surfer or bad surfer, people will be mean to you. But in Hawaii, I never faced discrimination surfing. When I lived on the mainland, the main part, like the US, the main US, I faced many discrimination. Just for the way I looked, I got called many racist words. I don't know if you guys have the same words in Brazil, but I get called the N word, which in America is very bad. I people, it was very bad. When I was younger, I hated to be Black. I hated it so much. I would try to stay out of the sun so that I could be very light, so I didn't get dark. I would have my hair straight, like I would get it's like straightened so it wasn't curly. And I tried to be very quiet and keep to myself so I wouldn't have problems with nobody. But until I moved to Hawaii, I hated to be Black. I would tell my mom, like, oh, Mom, I wish I was just full Mexican. I don't want to be Black. It's so hard. It's not fair. I get treated so bad. It was just, I was so sad. I wasn't so happy. But when I moved here, it was the first time where I felt like people would tell me, like, oh, your skin is so beautiful. Your hair is beautiful. Like you're just so beautiful. And I never heard that growing up. My family, yes, they tell me that. But, like outside of that, I was kind of like, I was not pretty outside of my family, like I was just, nobody wanted to date me. Nobody wanted to, like, I was not cool. It was really hard. And I think now it's getting more easy in general for the world and for the US, but like even 5-10 years ago, it was so difficult. And then being here, it's so much easier. But when I started to compete professionally on the world tour, it was very hard because many of the big surf brands and industry, surf media and magazines, they didn't really showcase people like me. It was more white people, and it was very hard to get sponsors because, again, the surf industry was very focused on one look. They only cared about kind of certain people. When it came to me, it was like, they didn't know how to, I guess, deal with me, or they just, I don't know. It was just, I didn't get the same kind of love or the same kind of, I guess, respect. And I know some people who maybe listen to this or even on my platform, they don't agree and they think it's fair, but it's not. I think it's better now, but before it was very difficult for me. And even for people who are like lived here who are Hawaiian, I think it's very hard for them too, which is sad because surfing started from Hawaiians and Polynesians, surfing started from people of color. And people of color, I feel like, have the hardest time in the surf industry to be on the cover of a magazine, to be, like surf movies, and like, or to be sponsored by, Roxy or Rip Curl. Like, they don't look for people of color. They look for like perfect body, super skinny, like perfect skin and hair. And it's not fair and it's not right, because if you go in the ocean and surf, you see all sorts of shapes and you see all sorts of people, like young, old, big, small. And I just feel like the surf industry doesn't represent what I see in the water when I surf. I think since last year with the protests here in the US and George Floyd and the protests around the world, I think it's getting better. And I think the surf industry is starting to wake up and be more inclusive, but it's still not as easy, but it's getting better. So that's good.